Hey, what is up everybody, Blaze here, and today for you guys another video, Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing trials 17 and 18 here, and slowly going to be progressing our way up. So I think in the next video, which is probably going to be on Tuesday, we're going to try and take on 19 and 20 and continue pressing forward from there. So if you guys like videos like these, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot here. We've been pushing further and further, and all of this being said, I'm always going to continue playing global as well as my TW accounts as well. So hopefully you guys are here for the ride, but let's get straight into it. So for floor 17 here, we have to use a blessed team slash also electric team here, and then later on a what is it called, an ice team. So this is kind of interesting to see how this is going to go. As for floor 18, we're gonna have to use a nuke team, which is going to be very difficult, while we have to use a curse team for this one. This one really will be very easy, while at least the round one will be the more difficult side of things. So let's see if we can go ahead and storm through this. I want to say the first team that we're going to be utilizing is going to have Buoy in it, something like this here. It's going to be very weird because I'm really not all the time using these guys, but I'm trying to see if I have your longer here. Yes, I do. So that will come in handy as well as the actual persona. And I think I can leave them with that whole side of a team here. Now on the other side here, we are using Wonder a little bit as another DPS, so this is probably going to be a little bit scuffed here, but we are still going to try our best here. Now I need to make sure I have some cards to be able to deal some damage immediately. So what I'm possibly going to do is you know what, let's just toss on a what's it called, a set here. So let's find something that's decent. So let's find something decent. Don't need anything too crazy, if I'm being honest. We just need something medium, and I'm still trying not to farm any relics just yet. So we're just gonna go ahead and take On's relic here, and I think we can also go ahead and take this from On as well. That should be more than enough damage that we do need. As for our other team, I think they are pretty much geared. At least I think they are. We're gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a look-see. Oh no, we are not fully geared here. So we do have some things that we have to change around. I only have a 4-star weapon for her, so that's probably gonna have to do for now, because I'm pretty sure I have no mats really, even if I wanted to get up her weapon. And we don't have really the best of everything on the sidelines here, but we're gonna see what we can work with. We're gonna see how it does go. If it goes well, awesome. If it doesn't, ooh, it's gonna be interesting. But all right, let's get into it. Have this on auto. I need to take that off real quick. And of course the game uses it anyways. So let's see how this is gonna go here. Now first things first, as much as I want to go ahead and damage, the only one being damaged is the one in the middle, so it's kind of just not needed. I need to make sure no one dies really, which is going to be the hardest part about this entire team. This team itself is fairly squishy, so I am a little scared on that part, but I'm gonna go ahead and put our actual person right here in the front. And then I think what I could possibly do is, seeing we already have to prep a little, what I'll do here is, you know, I could just go ahead and use the single shock, to be honest, and just get them ready. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do the single shock, because we do got to take these guys down one by one. So Mink, take that one here, and then what I could possibly do is get her all the way set up over here as well. So just go ahead and get this one set up, and then we'll have to take down everyone, of course, later on, and take down their actual blessing abilities and things of that nature soon. But I think right now we're looking pretty decent. The only thing I don't like is they're starting to put that little buff on, in which that buff makes it so they are actually resistant to our damage here. So let's see what we can possibly do about that. We could knock that one. We can't get the other one, unfortunately, which does kind of suck, but at least it allows us to deal our damage that we need to deal. And I do want to get rid of one of you guys, because it's just going to be way too hard trying to kill off some of you, but we need all the damage we can get. Let's get rid of that. That's one less person we have to worry about now. I know we aren't really buffed with Buoy, but we're gonna go ahead and use it anyways, so we can get all of our follow-ups here. I'm gonna go ahead and focus this dude down, because even though he's not weak to us, it's probably the quickest way and only way that we're gonna be killing this guy. So let's just go ahead and pop off the skill 1 and continue from this point on here. So I think we can just go ahead and use this. Although it's resistant to electric, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to knock it down as much as possible. So no hits so far. We're looking pretty decent, at least for our Yui. She hasn't been, oh, well, I spoke too soon. I was like, well, she hasn't been hit, and next thing you know, get hit. But let's go ahead and pop this off once again. Get the multi damage here. Really want this dude in the middle gone, because I don't need them doing anything here. But go ahead and use the bless move here. Boom, and he goes bye-bye. So now all I have to do is pretty much just focus this one down here, and we're just gonna go ahead and do this the easy way and try this out for size. So first things first, let's go ahead and pop this off. Wonder's probably going to get the knock, which is gonna suck, because I don't want that, but I also don't want to risk the chance of it deciding to use a what is it called, a resistance move. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is just go ahead and knock this thing on down here and try to kill it with Wonder. It's not really the thing I want to do, but I'm gonna do this here and actually get the extra damage off. Boom. Okay, that was actually perfect, because we had our follow-up. That was actually perfect. All right, so now we have to go ahead and do this on the ice side. So this time I'm going to be buffing up our Mont as much as possible. Although she doesn't have the best of setups here, this could still play in our favor. So let's go ahead and use this here. Make sure he does less damage to us anyways. We'll probably focus more on at least what is it called, we'll probably focus more on at least the debuffing side with our soy, once of course we get this guy down a little bit more. But I do want to try my hardest to keep her buffed. So let's just go ahead and buff her up, get everything kind of set up here. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, someone hits like a truck. I need to make sure I don't take another one of those, because we do not have as much damage as our other team, or at least as much sustainability as our other team like that. So I do need to be very, very careful. Hopefully our dude will be able to help us out a decent bit, meaning soy. I'm gonna try and use my ice thing first. So let's go ahead and use ice defense. Get this on off here, of course. Get some small heals, and then as much as I want to use my highlight here, I'm gonna take advantage over, let's see, we use the skill 2, we just used our skill 3. We might as well get our big buff here, get another buff in, boom, and then just see how much damage we can really deal. So go ahead, boom, boom, follow-up damage, decent damage enough here. And then I would like to knock this guy down, but I don't think we can knock him anyways. So I think our best bet is just to use Rakunda to deal as much damage as possible the next round as well. All right, so we take that perfectly fine here. Let's go ahead and pop this off again. Our friendship. I think now we'll just go ahead and use our debuff. And then let's just repeat, rinse and repeat, keep using the skill 2, skill 3, and we're actually, oh, there we go, we killed. Now I think that was only 2 stars. I don't think it was 3. Maybe it was 3. Okay, never mind, that was all 3. Perfect. So I thought for a second that wasn't going to be all 3, because we did do a little bit shaky on the first half, but looking pretty decent for now. And I think that gives us, okay, that gives us another one of these. We have to get up to 60 so we can actually get the Yanosek pistol here, which is going to help us out a lot more. This one though, we need nuke and we need our curse team. So curse team wise, not going to be hard. We already know what we got to do for this one. Pretty darn easy. It's not going to be difficult at all for this one. But I am worried about the nuke side. So curse team, I'm pretty sure they're going to survive. There's no point in me really worrying about them too much. If anything, I would rather have someone who can help buff, but I think this is just going to be the team that we're going to rock. And I guess I'll put White Rider here as well, and that should just do, to be honest. As for our nuke team, we're gonna do something very scuffed, because we don't have many nuke characters in this game yet, or at least we don't have any nuke characters, meaning we do have to use our Wonder more as the nuking side of things. So I'm gonna get up to Tanya just to make sure we have a healing support here, even though healing for our man Wonder really is not that good. We do want to have at least a good persona for stat sticking. So we have a good stat stick here. We have some decent stuff. Just in case we want to shield up, we're gonna go ahead and do that as well, even though that's not too good. But man, we gotta figure this out. So survivability is gonna be our main go-to. So we need Soy, and then I would like to have another person who could help us out on the prepping phases, but it doesn't seem like we got anyone like that. So debuff wise, Kiyoshi is nice. We could deal some decent damage with Kiyoshi, though I don't think, or I don't remember if he directly debuffs with any of his skills here. So let me double check. I'm pretty sure he doesn't directly debuff with his skills. I think it's more likely burning, which is decent, but yeah, nah, he doesn't. So unfortunately, we're gonna miss out on that side. But I think we can make up the points if we just have it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Yuki, get us an extra defender, and we'll see how this goes here. So as per usual, we're gonna go ahead, buff up here. Wonder's gonna be our main DPS. So I think I should have brought the red dagger if Wonder's gonna be our main DPS, but we'll just act like that's part of the plan. So let's go ahead and get our buffs up, make sure no one can take as much damage as possible here. And then just get up our man Wonder, because we just need to make sure he's going to be dealing the most damage here. So go ahead and pop this off, deal some okay-ish damage to all the enemies. And oh geez, they actually knocked him, but I think we should be pretty good still, correct? Okay, no, stop trying to knock Leon. Leave Leon out of this. He ain't doing nothing wrong. But we're gonna go ahead and immediately pop off. I think the team itself should be okay, so I'm not too worried about them. I'm gonna use the skill 2 to get up our seashells really quick, and then once we have 4 seashells, we're gonna use the skill 3 to get more of our buffs off. So let's go ahead and use this here, get this on off, and then from here I do got to start debuffing. So let's just go ahead and get as many of these off here. I think a good thing that we could possibly do is just go ahead and hit with the nuke, but I do want to make sure Wonder is dealing as much damage as possible. So go ahead and pop this off here. Probably would have been a little bit better to just go ahead and doing what we need to do, but we're going to get a little smack in, giving everyone a very, very minuscule shield, and using our skill 1 again. Got this on off. Let's go ahead and use our all-out attack, making sure we deal a decent bit of damage. And we're going to keep on chipping them down. This is probably our best bet to do, or at least go about this here, and just slowly chip down these dudes, because without chipping, it's going to be very, very difficult. So let's go ahead and use skill 2. And then what I'm going to do with Soy this time is, instead of trying to debuff them all that way, we're going to go ahead and use a gun, take advantage, and see if we can get a defense down on all of them. But I don't think this one wants to get it, unfortunately. So we got 2 of them with a defense debuff here, which isn't really the worst, but it's also not the best. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this in, see what happens. Boom, got another hit in. I think our best bet is to go ahead, hit this with Leon. Boom. Proceed to go back with Wonder, and that's another all-out attack right then and there. So boom, get that hit in, all-out attack, because we got to kill as fast as possible here. So now that we have that damage in, they're all gonna get back up. I think we're looking still pretty darn good, at least in terms of damage and things of that nature. I think we should be pretty much good here. Let's see, go ahead and pop off. I think we have 3 seashells, correct, currently? So I need 4 plus. I think I only have 3, so kind of saddening there. But let's just go ahead and pop this off again, because I'm pretty sure everyone should be able to live, so I'm not really worried about that side of things. Let's see if I can make something cool happen. So buff him up again, give him a nice old buff. At this point, I don't really know who I want to hit. I do want to get another debuff on, so let's use this. Pop off at Wonder, That way we can easily get the knock on all these guys on our next hit. So we should be looking pretty decent if I'm thinking about this correctly. So let's go ahead and pop this off. And then let's look at Wonder, get this hit in. And just like that, we get another all-out attack. I don't know if this is enough to kill all of them, but definitely still isn't a lot of damage here. So we'll go ahead and pop this off just to get some extra damage in, and there we go. All right, so now that we've finished this, now we have the easy part. The easiest part here is, of course, going to be our team, our curse team. So let's go ahead and pop off this. Easy dubs right here, and I think our best bet to do is just deal with what we got. So I'm gonna just smack with Mr. Joker here. Really shouldn't be too hard to take these dudes down here. And then let's just pop off with Arson. Now my freaking speed tuning is all over the place right now, so it's kind of weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Boom, and then we have an easy all-out attack. Now hopefully we don't kill them all too quickly. That's because I don't really want to do that. We do want to get this extra hit in, so I think this is enough to kill everyone. Boom, and there we go. I think that was the extra 2 stars, if I'm right. Yes, it was. All right, so we completed it with nearly 4 million points. Absolutely amazing. And just like that, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, please do smash that like button with your forehead and consider subscribing if you are new. I do daily P5X videos, and we're only going to continue from there. Peace out.